What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video at the ungodly hour of 5:45 a.m. So I'm recording this right now because my kids are up. My beautiful wife has given me a chance to do this. So let's get into the main reason why you guys here. The codes are officially out, folks. 1,000 Essence Stones are available. So I'm going to explain to you guys, I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to explain to you guys how to redeem your codes, how to get your codes, etc. Right? So first off, you guys can see I have 4,500. Now, the more supporters I get, because we are second place, the more codes they're going to give me. So make sure, guys, we are getting as many as we possibly can, and I will be providing as well some to the actual members on my Discord who have a membership plan as well too. We got 4,500 and we have a total of 3,558 members. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go view. You guys are going to see that I have this many codes and X amount of supporters. So view, supporters, and send. Only supporting. That's all we're gonna send it to. Okay, that's all we care about, and that's all. And this is a new tab, by the way, so they've done a really good job organizing this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send all. You guys gonna see here. Would you like to send coupons to 98 supporters? We're gonna say okay. So we're gonna see 98 of them got successful, etc. Right. So I'm gonna go next one. Send all. Okay. So you guys will see everybody here is going to get a code. And if it succeeds, it tells you it succeeds. If it fails, it'll tell you it's going to fail. So there's another 100 right there. So go next one over, etc. Right? So I'm going to go through this with you guys right now so everybody can see that if you are on the list, you are getting a code. Okay? So you guys can see right there, 98. Now, the reason why you see 98 versus 100 is because some people have left the support system and gone elsewhere or just quit the game and forgot to re-support. And if that happens, what ends up happening in that case is you will see that people are... Right, so another thing I want to show you guys real quick. If I go back to 10, for example, right, and I go here, if there was anybody that already got it, you'll see 99 failed. All right, so that's a good. They've actually upgraded the system a lot. So big ups to Netmarble for doing this, and this makes my life a lot easier. It makes the life of everybody else who supports me a lot easier to get themselves some codes. And I want to thank everybody, obviously, for supporting. I want to thank everybody for obviously supporting all the content creators, not just myself, because this is a big deal for us to be able to help you guys advance your game, get you guys some codes, and also interact with you. And I think the interaction part is the biggest part for us, because at the end of the day, what's 1,000 Essence Stones versus the interaction of getting to know a whole community, right? It's a pretty big deal. And speaking of the community, I do want to talk about something else that just happened recently that's fairly big, and I want to kind of give my thoughts on it. Even though the individual themselves didn't want to make a video, I will make a video on it because I think it's worthwhile for them to be honored for everything they've contributed to the community, plus the fact that we're about to lose a big part of solo leveling Arise in general by this individual leaving the game. I don't know permanently for now, but let's just say leaving the game for the time being for the unforeseeable future. Okay, so we don't know how long this individual's gone for, but I do want to show you guys this real quick. Okay, now as you guys can see, I'm going through this, and then I'm going to show you guys how to redeem this, because many of you don't. This is your first time. Many of you don't know how to do this. Some of you, this is the first time you've ever played the game, and maybe you're just starting to support me, but we're almost there. Let me just complete. We're almost done here. Let me just finish this up. I really do appreciate Netmarble putting the supporting button, because last time we were sending codes out to people who weren't supporting us anymore, and they were getting a double code, and you can't use double codes. One thing to remember with these codes as well, guys, is it's one per account. Doesn't matter if you're a content creator or not. I know there's a misconception there that content creators can reuse their own codes as many times as they want. No, it's one per account, in general. There's no, you can get one from me, one from Zaf, one from somebody else. Doesn't work that way. It's only one code, and that's it. Okay, well, no matter from which content creator you get it from, once you use that code, the code is done. All right, you can no longer use that code anymore. Period. Doesn't matter, again, if you get multiple ones from different people. So keep that in mind, and that's an important part of this exercise, is that a lot of people keep misunderstanding that and don't know how that works. So I also want to make sure people are clear on that. Okay, so here we go. Almost at the end. Let's put this slide in. Okay, we're almost done. And by the way, you guys can skip this part if you want, if you don't care about watching me do this fully. There's 85 supporters there. Okay, and then, so we're going to have no supporters, no supporters, no support. Okay, perfect. There we go. So that's all done. So we're done. Now, what do you do next? So you guys can see here, I've got 1,334 coupons left, which I will be giving to my members on Discord. So make sure you guys, because a lot of people unfortunately can't support me due to regional lock, but they are members. So I will be definitely creating a key code for members. I'll be doing at the very least, I'll be doing 500 of them. and the rest I'll keep for other people. And then if I get more than 4,000 supporters, I will reach out to Netmarble to give me more codes if possible for the 1,000 Essence Stones. Okay, so that's it right there. So how do you redeem this? That's a lot of people will be asking this question a lot. So and then you're going to see my coupon history, and then right here you're going to see all the coupons that get redeemed for you or sent to you, and you can redeem it exactly here. You're going to see the game name, the content creator who sent it to you, the coupon name, the coupon code, etc. So this is how you redeem your code. So don't expect it in the mail, don't expect it in game, etc. You got to go right to your page, and you have to do it directly from this section. Okay, make sure you are obviously clicked on Solo Leveling Your Eyes, which all of you guys should be anyways in the first place. Okay, so that is essentially it. Now, part 2 of this video, very important part. Part 2 is a little shocking, not gonna lie, a little shocking, but also not very shocking. Yeah. So Nato, as many of you guys know, is a prolific content creator in our community, one who has done a lot for her community and for Solo Leveling Arise in general, but has decided to quit the game. Yeah, so I want to just say a couple words about this because I've got to know Nato a little bit and Kazi, and not even just knowing them, but also understanding what they've been able to bring to the game and to the community overall. And I just want to, do a quick little appreciation video because I think it's well deserved. It's not often that I do this when somebody quits a game, but I think Nato and Kazi have had a very big impact, and not to mention we've had a couple collaborations ourselves, right? So first off, she didn't want to make a video, so I'm obviously. I respect that. It's up to her on that one. She's built a massive community. We're talking about 13K members now from a Discord we started off with. I don't even remember, maybe 0, maybe a couple hundred, a couple thousand. And I remember when I did a collab with her, she was roughly about, give or take, 6,000, 7,000 members at that point. So she's still working fairly hard to get a community up and running, and I think she's done a fantastic job doing that. She's bored, right? And this is the reality. I'm bored out of my mind with the game. Before I dive into details, remember that I'm a whale, a big whale. If you haven't reached the end game or fully experienced what the game has to offer, you might not relate to this, and that's perfectly fine. And before everybody starts the whale bashing thing, please remember, time is money for a lot of people. Okay, time is money, and people enjoy the games in different aspects for different reasons, right? So some people will whale because they enjoy endgame and they want to experience everything the game has to offer. In this case, that is Nato's goal. That has always been her goal. She's just now gotten to the point where things have become too repetitive for her. The competitiveness is gone, and then she realized that the future of the game, for her at least, is going to be the same thing over and over and over again, and she didn't want to be stuck in this revolving cycle of doing the same mundane stuff for her being the biggest whale in the game. Okay, so they just keep adding more without really fixing the core issues. She mentioned Netmarble doesn't balance the game properly. The meta always revolves around the same thing. Well, she's right. It's always the DPS is king, and they have really been adding a lot more before fixing. I do agree there. Solo Leveling Rise is supposed to be a game of endless tactics and strategies, but the balance is terrible. That's her take on that one. Take Battlefield of Time, for example. It's equalized mode, but requires a very specific setup every time. What about POD? Well, it's been easy for way too long. People are hitting 4 billion scores. Is that what the content has to come to? Why is guild activity so disappointing? Instead of creating something new and exciting, we get POD Season 2. I could go on and on about things that have let me down, and I know many of my fellow whales feel the same way. At the end of the day, we're just bored. So I've lost the passion to make videos or even discuss something that bores me. I don't want to push out content just because I feel obligated. When I look at content creators for this game, most videos are just here, take free codes and essences. It's really boring. It feels like everyone's just riding the dead horse, milking it for what it's worth. And there are a couple creators who constantly put out decent content, while the rest are just filled 8 minutes to get revenue. Anyways, it's boring. The rest of the day, what I'm trying to say is I'm bored out of my mind. I've seen the future plan for this game, and it's really disappointing. Boring units, boring banners, boring mechanics. It's the same thing on repeat. So I've officially decided to quit and explore new games. So there you guys have it. Okay. Now I know many of you guys are gonna ask me, how do you feel about the whole talking about content creators doing things to fill their minutes? You know what? She's not wrong. Some of us do that. We have a job to do. We have money to make on here on YouTube, and YouTube's algorithm allows ads for 8 minutes. So that is not she's not wrong. She's definitely not wrong on saying that part. So it's not like it's calling anybody out for no reason. She's right. There's a lot of people out there who are making content for 8 minutes just to make money. Sometimes I'm one of those guys. I'll fill in content, but also because for me personally, I just like to be a personality. It's not just about the game for me. I like to make jokes. I like to have fun, you know, and do certain things. The game has become a little bit of like, you know, it does. The fact that they release content so, not infrequently, because they do actually release content for a gacha game fairly often, but because it's like up and down a lot and the banners are so long to come out, which is good because people get to save money and save up, which is actually not a bad thing. It does have a lull period for sure, and those lull periods are the hardest time for content creators to make content. So with that being said, I do want to say thank you to Nato for everything she's done, and Kazi, of course, for everything they've done for the game, for the community, obviously, for a lot of their subscribers, for a lot of our subscribers, because we all share the same community at the end of the day, and you'll be missed. You're dearly missed, actually. So it's unfortunate that we're not going to see some of that high-end content that we're so accustomed to seeing. So I hope that whatever she decides to do, or they decide to do together, that it's a success, and I wish them the best, honestly, as content creators and as individuals, because they're awesome people. All right, guys. Again, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.